Let's see here. It tells me I'm live. I can't see myself, but I am going to assume that we are live. Yeah, we're live. We got some people in the waiting room. This is the pump up. We're gonna get all pumped up for this. We got my brother Dom in here. If you
Wait, I'm
just joined us,
on?
you're on.
Oh boy.
You are on. But if you skip ahead to 5 minutes into this, that's where we're gonna start getting right into the topic. But for now, we're gonna light up the live stream. If you're here, make sure you say hi. Want to know who's here and who's ready to party. How's everybody doing? Good. I'm doing good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. So
I knew this was a bad idea. I'm losing my mouse cursor now.
okay. We're off to a great stop.
We're off to a great stop. I see a lot of people coming in the video here. While you come in, hit the thumbs up so you get ready for our little chat. The last time we talked here with Van Dominic, link to his channel is down below. But the last time it was a pretty dramatic night. So
yeah, it was dramatic. I said some things. Just play the clip. Play the clip.
I can't.
Oh, you don't have the clip of you
No,
don't have the clip of me the last time?
No. But like now that like all bets are off because you're usually the moderator, so
Yeah. And don't worry, I'll jump back in if something happens again this time. So
I don't foresee that happening. But we do have some people in the chat. Jessica from Dave's. Hey Jessica, and then we have also a Jess. Hi Jess. So yeah, we're getting pumped up here. We got a hot topic, and I did some research on this one. So I went through my Google News research. So yeah, very good. Anybody else in the chat, say hello. We love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. What's everybody doing? Getting ready for the fall? I think we just passed the fall, so we're here.
Well, no. It's starting.
Well, we passed the day that it became fall. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like that day is no longer hanging over our heads anymore.
Fall back. That's what
back.
They say about the time when you change the time.
And spring ahead,
Yeah.
Got to get a little wet my whistle.
Is this the 5 minute the 5 minute pre-raw start, like the 5 minutes of action?
I started doing the 5 minutes because when I hit go live, it takes like 30 seconds to so what I want, like somebody who comes into this video and the replay to actually like to know at exactly 5 minutes we're going to start on the topic rather than 30 seconds and whatever it is. It's kind of a weird glitch.
Yeah, it lags for a really long time when you start the video. It's just FYI.
Yeah, that's why I do this. This way we can get right into the content. And also I can cut off the first 5 minutes doing that too if I want to.
Yeah.
Jessica loves fall when it cools down. I think the best season in upstate New York is the fall. Gonna say that.
Yeah, and it's the best season because of how. So here's my theory. It's because of Halloween in October, and everybody as an adult loves Halloween because it's we get to celebrate it without our families, which we all love celebrating with our families, but it's like the holiday that we get that we don't need to worry about our families. So it's like what we get out of the year.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It does.
Well, because you got Halloween, then you got Thanksgiving.
And then everything is stressful because then you have to get everyone together and it's a good time and we love each other and that's great. But, it's stressful. And Halloween is the one where it's just like, no, I'm going to just sit here and watch zombie movies. And it's just me.
And get candy.
That's a whole nother show, though. Let's not get into it.
We should do a Halloween party.
We will.
And get people to come in like dressed up.
Yeah.
Because we could have, I can pull in 6 people. Oh, we got to get started.
Oh,
Good evening, everybody. Tonight we are here talking about food shaming. What I want to talk about specifically is the question that me and my brother Dom, who's up on the screen here, came up with is why is putting ketchup on a hot dog wrong? But we're going to go deeper into that whole thing. And I actually even have a recent article from like a medical journal about this topic. So first, I want to introduce my guest tonight, my brother Dominic Van Dominic. A link to his YouTube channel is in the description. So after this stream, you can go click on that, subscribe to him. He has a lot of music. You want to give a quick hello to the crowd?
what's up? I am Van Dominic. That's not my real name, but that's the name that you know me by. So please subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.
So let's get into the topic here. The one thing that I know that you can't stand, and this was kind of the inspiration for tonight's topic, because I think I have a very similar feeling on a topic, is when people have an idea about what you should or shouldn't be eating. So let you explain kind of that, and then we'll bounce some stuff off of each other. And this is probably going to get really heated, and you're probably in for a treat if you haven't heard us talk before.
The issue is, my main issue with it is I don't like the idea that people put rules on food when like food is extremely personal, right? So like if I'm like eating food, that's food that I'm eating. Like you're eating your food and I'm eating my food. So like don't tell me don't put pineapple on a pizza. Like, okay, it's gross. You think it's gross. Awesome. That's your pizza. But like they have pineapples, and if I want to order pineapples, I'm going to order them. But the ketchup on a hot dog is different for me, because people don't say ketchup doesn't go on a hot dog because it's gross. They might think that they're saying that, but they're not. They're saying it because it's just a thing that people say. That's like saying it is what it is. Like, what does that mean? I have no idea. I just say it because people say it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, pineapple on a pizza, you could make a legitimate argument like, oh, that's disgusting. You're putting pineapples on a pizza. There's no logical reason why ketchup on a hot dog is literally a hard rule of like, you could never put ketchup on a hot dog. Oh, but you can put like mustard on it. Like, how in the world is that perfect and ketchup like disgusting? But it's not that it's disgusting. People don't even say it's disgusting. They're just like, no, you don't put ketchup on a hot dog. And I have a problem with that.
Well, so my issue with it is anywhere you go. Well, let's qualify that. Not anywhere you go, but most of the places, the common places you would go to order a hot dog, like a hot dog stand, or like if you're in New York City, like a Gray's Papaya or whatever it is. Like the one condiment that you always see is ketchup, and
Right.
the other condiment you always see is mustard. So on some level, like there has to be some kind of social acceptance to the fact that ketchup is a suitable condiment for a hot dog.
Right. And it's like, but maybe it's a regional thing. Like maybe that started in like other states, because like if you go to Chicago, a hot dog looks different than if you go to New York, and like I don't know, but like I don't understand the like hard rule of no ketchup on a hot dog, and it doesn't make any sense to me, because it's like you would put ketchup on other meats, right? Like what about the hot dog makes it so it's just like no? Again, it all goes back to the fact that it's like this weird rule that was like passed down. It's like these people that are like holding on to their parents' grudge about hot dogs. Like, don't you agree? Like, don't you think that it's stupid that literally we're holding on to like previous generations' grudges? Like, I have my own grudges. Like, I don't need other people's grudges to hold on to.
But
Like, I start from scratch, and then I make my own grudges with people, and I have my own issues. I've already talked about the tomato on a sandwich and a burger thing. That's its own thing.
Yeah. The question I have about it is like I actually don't think it's our previous generation's grudge. I think that like our previous generation, like our direct previous generation is Italian immigrants, and like the street food of New York City the pretzel was like a thing in the 70s and 80s. It was
Oh,
hot dogs until then.
no, but I'm not talking about our. I'm not talking about our as in me and you. I'm talking about our as in
Okay,
Americans. But
let's.
no, no, no. Our generation, like our previous generation, as in me and you, as in Italians from Italy. I don't even want to hear it from them because the. Can I say the S word? I won't curse. The stuff that they put. I mean, look at what a pizza is. It's just a bunch of crap on bread. You know what I mean? Look at what a muffalata is or a focaccia. They
Yeah,
just took bread and put crap on it. So I don't want to hear it from Italian people that ketchup doesn't go on a hot dog because all they do is layer crap on top of crap. I
yeah.
love it. It's delicious. But like they're all about just like, oh, let's just throw like what's baked ziti? It's just a bunch of crap thrown together. So like they don't have a horse in this race,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Well, I mean, like as far as we're concerned, like our family's food culture is if it's on the table, like it's going to get mixed into something
Yeah,
anyway.
if it's on the
So like,
table, you better eat it
yeah,
because this food has to be processed by your body. Otherwise, there's no
we're
other option.
we're going to get back to that to that
Uh-huh.
notion because I have something to say about that. But let's talk about the suitability of let's talk about the regionability, like the regionality of the hot dog. So you mentioned it earlier, like Chicago has a completely different thing. They put those awesome rocket peppers on there and
So good.
pickles.
Chicago
You know,
dogs are so good. I'm a New Yorker through and through in Manhattan, and I'm telling you right now, open your hearts to Chicago dogs. They're so good.
but that's the thing. Okay, so maybe you're onto something. Maybe there's a certain part of the world where you know hot dogs get ketchup, and a certain part of the world they only get mustard. I mean, up here we have the mini hot dogs with the meat sauce. Did you know that sauce is called Michigan sauce?
I think I heard it. See, but like for me, I think that sauce is the worst. That I hate that sauce. I feel like all that it is there to make the bun mushy. I hate that sauce. I always wondered why is it not just chili? Why does it have to be the sauce like at the top of the chili pot? Like I want the meat. I don't want like the water that rises above the meat. So I never got that at all.
I've been actually researching how to make that to like try to do a recipe of the Michigan style thing because that sauce actually isn't just for the mini hot dogs. There's a thing called garbage plates in Rochester, which is actually like Western New York. We're in the capital region. Dominic is in New York City, but those garbage plates are like French fries, macaroni salad, hot dogs with that meat sauce
Okay,
and
but
like
see, here's the problem with that. The problem with that I have is that the goal for me with food is never make things more mushy. You like I've never seen a dish where the goal is like the goal is always I want to prevent this from getting mushy. So why does it have to be liquid? Like why can't you like drain the sauce out so that it's the meat and then it's like a chili dog?
so in that regard, would that make ketchup the perfect condiment for a hot dog?
Well, for
Because
me it is, but
because
that's
it's
just
not
my
it's
taste.
more like a gel. Like it's not really like
Yeah, ketchup is exactly that's exactly why ketchup is perfect. It's because it doesn't make anything soak like it doesn't soak into anything. You can put it on top and it's just the best thing. But again, other people I don't have a problem if somebody says I hate ketchup. If somebody walked up to me and was like I hate ketchup, I'd be like awesome. I'm very happy that you have your own opinions.
you
But
mean you
like
mean like cousin Pat saying not for me, but his son and his
yeah,
dad liked
exactly.
it.
But like I don't see maybe he does this when I'm not around, but like I don't see him like walking, into his kid's school and telling the principal, you can't let my kids put ketchup on their hot dogs. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's just like
It's funny. So like the to the people who are new to the channel here, I've been making the videos for now 3 years consistently. But before that, from like 2009 onward, I was writing a food blog, and I got to know some of the food bloggers in the area. And it was one of those things where they always had their thing and their little clicks and all that stuff. And it was a different type of mentality toward the food than I had. For me, the goal always is to have a delicious experience, but really the goal is to feast. Like that's why you're going to eat. You know, Whereas these people were like, oh, these notes go with this and that. And I got shamed one time for the food that I ordered at Dinosaur Barbecue by these bloggers, and they're like, oh, your review doesn't like you can't take it seriously because you ordered wrong. And my thing is, if you're gonna, and this kind of goes back to my point about the hot dogs, if you're gonna tell me that I ordered wrong at a restaurant that decided to put something on the menu, okay, that's not on me, that's on them. Don't put it on your menu. If you're gonna tell me ketchup is no good on a hot dog, then don't put ketchup on the hot dog carts.
But that's what I've said about the pineapple on the pizza. Like, you have all these people who it has to become a rule. Like, it can't, like, nothing can just be like, oh, that's not my thing. Like, that's not my thing. Like, it always has to be this rule where people are just like, no, absolutely not. And it's just like, okay, well, obviously I just walked out of there with it. So they have the ingredients, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I don't know. Again, it's not so much about like, it all comes down to making things like a rule and then people not even realizing what they're saying. Like, I don't think that when people say, like, the people who are very like ketchup doesn't go on a hot dog, I don't think that those people understand what they're talking about. I don't think that they've ever actually thought about it. Yeah. And yeah. I'm sorry. I just read a comment.
Yeah, I see them coming in too.
Yeah.
My thing is, though, like, okay, so pineapple on pizza has not, like, that's a relatively new thing. When I went to college in 1997, I didn't discover pineapple on pizza until like 2000, and the only place around here that even had it was Papa John's. That was the first place I had pineapple on pizza. Ketchup on hot dogs is like previous generations, like,
Yeah.
not like, I'm talking our grandparents and probably their grandparents.
Yeah, it's so weird. That's like if somebody were like out of the blue to just be like you can't put pepper on food. Like they just come out with these rules, but it's just like it's there. Like, why wouldn't I use it? Like, ketchup is there, right? Like, what, like obviously it's there because people use it. And the other thing is that I've definitely met way more ketchup on hot dog people than no ketchup on hot dog people. So I don't even understand the argument. From that standpoint, I don't understand the argument. There are like the ketchup doesn't belong on a hot dog people are so few that it's almost like their argument doesn't stand because of that statistic, because there's so few of them.
So my thing is, like, okay, I didn't know until very recently, and when I say very recently, I'm going to say within the last like 3 or 4 years, that there were even people that were so vehemently against ketchup on hot dogs. Like,
I didn't know that either. That's a thing as an adult. I started to learn that because when I was a kid, it was definitely the condiment. I never remember kids putting mustard on a hot dog, and if I do, I probably stopped. Like, that's why I'm not friends with them anymore.
Yeah.
Because I would never. That's gross. Actually, no, it's not gross. I like mustard on my hot dog, but I never remember mustard being the condiment on a hot dog ever.
For me, I like mustard on a hot dog, but it's got to be like the
zingy. The zingy, yeah.
A little bit of the ketchup, a little bit of the mustard.
I didn't do that until him, by the way. I never put mustard on my hot dog ever until he made that comment. Yeah. And then now that's every time I do the zingy.
He may be here. He's been in past live chats. So cousin
Mike, better be here.
If you're here, we're talking about you with the zingy hot dog. But Noah's favorite thing on hot dogs is he does ketchup, mustard, and relish. So he's like,
yeah, that's like a full hot dog for me. That's like how I would do it up.
I have something to say based on Jessica's comment here. I'm going to put it up on the screen. So the places up here, they shame you into even asking for ketchup if you're going to have with the meat sauce. There's actually a restaurant in Connecticut that is very popular because it's the very first place that supposedly that made hamburgers, and they cook the burgers in these like wooden, like metal things that are like sideways, and they cook like up and down, and they have signs up in that place that actually say no ketchup on our hot dogs. We don't even carry ketchup. And it's like, sorry, not hot dogs, hamburgers. But it's like, I mean, ketchup is definitely a hamburger topping, but I guess they're preserving their history on that. But they will give you sliced tomato. But That's not the same as ketchup to me.
I don't understand I don't understand. And again, like anybody who's watching this, that I understand the attitude, because we grew up working in a deli where that was done all the time. God forbid somebody said that they wanted what would it be, like turkey with like an Italian cold cut or something? Like it was like, no, an American sandwich is turkey and American cheese, and an Italian sandwich is salami and provolone and all that kind of. And just oh, I want to make my own marinara sauce. No, 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 just buy ours. It's better.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
just like right, like I understand like the shaming. I mean, we could have a. I mean, that should be the Halloween show. Is we talk about the delicious stories, because that'll get scary real quick. But like I understand the attitude of like, you're in my store and I'm going to teach you how to eat. See, that I think that's where it comes from. I just psychoanalyze myself. I think that it comes from growing up in the store, where like the attitude was like, we know how to eat, so we're going to teach you how to eat. And now, as like a person with money, I'm like, if I go to a place and I tell you I want something, like I don't think it's totally like I'm the customer and you give it to me, but like I know what I want. Like I came here with money. Like, okay, I'll take suggestions here and there, but like don't make it a rule. Like if I tell you I want turkey and salami, okay, like I understand that like maybe that's not the classic Italian combination, but I'm in the mood for some turkey and salami. Like, you
yeah.
know?
So speaking of customizing orders, there's a comment coming in from Jared Storm, and I gotta know. You got to leave it in the live chat. Where are you
Oh, that sounds
going?
good.
I know.
That
Where are
sounds
you going
good.
that you can get Fritos on a hot dog? I got to try that with the
Yeah,
meat
that sounds
sauce.
good.
I mean, even you, Dom, can agree that the meat sauce with the Fritos is probably really good.
Okay, but here's the reason why this works, because the Fritos will soak up the water from
Yeah.
the meat sauce.
All right, so we've beaten the ketchup and the hot dog to a pulp. So I wanted to actually bring something that came into my Google News, and I'm sure that the only reason why I got this suggested to me by Google is because I've been researching for the title for the video here. But here's the thing, and we're gonna read some pieces of this article, because I think we have some really funny stories that we could tell around this, and it'll help our discussion a little. So this is an article from the clevelandclinic.org. It's about food shaming, and it actually is, here's how to respond to food shaming. Don't let someone ruin your trips to Flavor Town. So the first sentence got me on this, because I think and Pat, if you're still in the chat here, I'm sure you're going to know what we're talking about when I tell you about this. We've all been at a gathering and heard someone comment about what was on another person's
Oh
plate.
yeah.
So my
Yeah.
father is notorious for, let's say, overusing the table grated cheese on his pasta.
See, I would say that he uses the amount that he wants. It's a lot, but that's how he wants his pasta.
I get it, but at the same time, there's
You're
other
kind of
people.
doing the shaming right now. You're kind of shaming him right
No,
now.
I'm not shaming based on what's on the plate. I'm shaming based on the social aspect of other people want to use that cheese.
Okay, so now you brought in a new angle with it. Okay.
But anyway, so people would comment, and it's not. I don't think in the bottom of their heart it's from the place that they wanted the cheese. I think they wanted to just make a comment about his
Okay, but
food.
yeah, but this comment that you're about to say, that is really bad.
So I mean, it's not bad. It's like the person took a dig at him and said, do you want some pasta with your cheese?"
Okay, but okay, now let's analyze that. The reason why it's really bad is because, first of all, like dad is a heavy set guy. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of over there, he's eating, it's his food, and you know, he also wasn't bothering anyone. And this person was not someone that he knew. This was a stranger.
Yeah.
So like that's like a really bad comment to make towards someone. Like if someone said that to me, I'd just tell them to go F off.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, that's that's more or less what he did. But it's funny because like that's just directly somebody, commenting on what you're saying. And like you said, he's, not a light person. So, the wrong person would take that the wrong way. And it's was a funny story that we had, but it's the perfect thing. It's like people telling me I ordered wrong at Dinosaur Barbecue. Who are you to say that? If it was wrong, they shouldn't have had it on the menu, you know? Like, don't give the guy a bowl of cheese if you don't want it in his pasta bowl. You know? But okay, so it says, when it happens to you, it hits differently. It doesn't matter if the verbal missile was launched by your sweet little grandma or a friend that says the wrong things when they're tipsy. When the insult lands, it hurts. Why do people feel the need to judge our food choices? And I think that's a good question. Like, what does it matter if somebody puts ketchup on their hot dog? Like,
because it's because people don't think. That's what it is. People don't understand that they don't know why they're saying things. They just like to say it. It's like TikTok. It's just, you just do it because that's what people are doing.
I thought these food shaming examples were funny. Wow, your plate could feed a whole family. You know what you're eating isn't good for you, right? That smells bad. What on earth is it? I actually have a story like that. So at work, one day, this was like 5 or 6 or 7 years, it was a while ago. Somebody had heated up some kind of seafood in the microwave, which, okay, I'm going to say is probably not the most tactical thing that you could do. But like, we're in a cubicle area and somebody was like, my God, that stinks. What is that? Like, and it's like, okay, now you're shaming somebody, you know? I mean, some of these are like, you don't need all that cake. You're going to pack on some pounds. Nobody talks like that. But this is the last one is the one I want to talk about some more. Is that all you're eating? You're bony enough as it is. Now, in our culture, and when I say culture, I mean our family culture, it's very much a thing that everything is surrounded by food. Would you agree?
It's not that it's surrounded by food. Food is an obsession, and it literally is like it's like the thing, like, that everything is based on the food. Like, you don't hang out, you get together and wait until the next time you're going to eat. Like, that's basically what getting together is with family.
So food is central to the actual socialization.
Yeah, and then it becomes a complete obsession, like to the point where it's pathetic.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's fine. But like, it became a joke where in my house, if I have people over, you know, I'll make a comment like, "You people don't eat."
Yeah, but that comes from every time we're with our family, because like it becomes a thing where it's a nice sentiment, and then it becomes rude, because then it's like you're giving me this food, but like, you can, if you give someone a gift or if you give someone food, it's nice until the point where you sit there and you're like, you shove it down their throat, like literally, like, you have to eat this now. Then it's like a punishment.
That's the thing is, like, you know, the person serving you the food is being hospitable to have you in their house, but the expectation that you're going to have more than you're comfortable having is like, it makes people uncomfortable.
Well, you know what it is? It's, they put you in a position where you sit there and you go, okay, like, wow, this is really nice. Thanks so much for this food. And then, like, you eat, and when you're done, then it's like they flip it around, and then they're just like, you don't want any more? And then it's like, oh, okay, so there's a price that comes with coming here and eating this food. And the price is this feeling of complete guilt that I offended you because I didn't eat more food. Like,
so then it says we take an all or nothing approach. Okay, so then we're talking about healthy versus unhealthy. I think that's outside of what we're trying to talk about here. A lot of this article is looking at, like, you know, the healthy kind of mental things, and then they're telling you to get professional help, which I think is kind of funny. Eat mindful. There was something at the end. What do you do when someone makes a comment about your food? How should you respond? And like what their sentence, and I'll highlight it here. Okay, of course it's not working. There we go. I think that was coming from a good place, but try finding a different way to say it. Could you imagine saying that in our social situation?
I mean, I don't think that it's ours. I think that would escalate the situation no matter who you're talking to. I don't
Yeah.
know who these people think that they're communicating with in this article.
So if somebody was like, yeah, that ketchup doesn't look good on that hot dog. You're gonna say, I think that was coming from a good place, but try finding a different way to say it.
But the other thing is that like we're just so used to it because at least with our families, everything comes from a good place, but the delivery is always botched. Like that's the problem.
Right. It's like what's the book?
Of mice and men.
Yeah, Lenny, right? Or Lemmy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lemmy.
where it's like where that's exactly what it is, where it's just like you have to squeeze it to death. Like this food, I'm gonna give you this food until you I kill you with it. Like
Yeah. But okay, so let's circle back to the hot dog situation here because I think we've gotten a little off track, but I think we've talked about most of what I wanted to talk about in the context of the hot dog and the ketchup on the hot dog and all the family stuff. But what are you gonna do if people start judging your food choices like that? Like what exactly, how do you handle it? Because I think that's interesting.
I don't know. I people don't say things about my food, I don't think. I mean, I don't know what I would do. Like I don't know what I would do, honestly. It depends on who it is.
Yeah. I mean the situation's definitely gonna have a big part of it. Like if you're at a party and like everybody's laughing and they're like, oh, you're gonna put ketchup on that hot dog, like you can kind of turn it into something fun, right?
I would probably be like a real D about it, but like in a nasty way because I get really like I get bent out of shape really easily by stuff. So like I would not see it as any kind of friendly. Like to me, comments like that are not friendly. Like if you're gonna be friendly, it's just like, oh, let's talk about like Mega Man or something like that. That's like friendly, or like let's talk about like Pen 15. But like if you're gonna like start commenting on my food, that's not friendly. And I also hate when people are like, oh, what are you having? And literally I'm eating a turkey sandwich. Like obviously I'm eating a turkey sandwich. It's two pieces of bread with white meat on it. Like obviously it's not anything exciting. Like I guess they're doing it to to start conversation, but there's got to be better conversations out there.
It's funny because like one of my coworkers who is leaving next week, but she might be watching this. But we always our conversations always start around like what we're having for lunch or what we ate over the weekend. She
Yeah,
actually
but
used to
that's
work.
different. That's
Yeah,
different though.
but it's funny because like every time she'll say something, no matter what it is, I'll always say, "Oh, that's boring."
Yeah, but see, but it's different if I'm talking like my friend or something like somebody that I know. But if you're talking about like somebody who like I'm either not friends with or I'm just is just like walking by or something like that, like unless I'm eating something awesome, like unless I have like literally Panda Express and it smells so good, like like I'm eating a dry sandwich and I'm eating it because I'm trying to keep my weight down because I'm horribly insecure about my weight. Like, do you really want to talk about this right now? I could get into it if you're ready for it, but nobody's ever ready for it, is the
Right.
problem.
Yeah. Did you, speaking of Panda Express, did you see they have a chicken sandwich?
Why would you even bother with that? You could just get the two sides with the meat and it's literally like $8 and it's like 4 pounds of food.
No, it's like General Tso's. Like it's like a.
No, 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 no. Not to be like that, but this is my ketchup on a hot dog. No, no, thank you. I'm not gonna do that.
We had a Panda Express here for like a hot minute on Route 7 where like remember where Vanilla Bean used to be?
Yeah,
It was like right like the next road up there was a Panda
vanilla
Express.
bean.
What?
I haven't heard or thought of that place in like 20 years.
Okay,
The
whatever.
vanilla bean. No, it's just
Um
funny. I forgot.
like where the Starbucks is.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's like between where Vanilla Bean was and Starbucks.
yeah.
But anyway, that building, like there was like a big panda on the building. They couldn't change the structure of the building, so now that became Saratoga National Bank, and the same mural of the panda is now just a horse.
Oh my God. That's like Latham Biryani, where it was a Pizza Hut.
I love driving through places and you're like, oh yeah, that was definitely a Pizza Hut in the
Yeah,
'80s, you know.
yeah.
So did we hit everything we wanted to? I forgot.
Yeah. I think that was it. I mean, unless
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the chat here. So Pat, the mustard on salami. So actually, this young lady I'm talking about used to work at Bella Napoli, and she jokes around that the worst sandwich order she's ever gotten was a sub with double salami, extra mayo, and mustard.
what's the problem point on that sandwich?
With double salami, like by the time you get home, it's going to be one big block of salami again.
Yeah.
With the mayonnaise, like extra mayo.
Yeah, extra mayo isn't. I don't know that's, and then it's gonna be like slippery.
All right, I got to go back to Jared's comment about the meat sauce, onions, nacho cheese, and Fritos, and then his follow up was that it was homemade. I think so. Pretty soon, I'm looking at doing the meat sauce recipe for the channel here. Um, I took a little break from doing recipe videos just because I'm trying to up the production value on those. So they'll be coming back soon. But that might be one of the first recipes. And I think, Jared, I'm going to dedicate this one to you, man. I'm going to go get some Fritos and do it up. So that you have that to look forward to.
Remember back in the day, Dad used to do sausage on a hot dog bun.
Yeah.
You know, so
Last night Cassie got these like really fancy rolls to put like regular hot dogs on. So it was like what you would normally put sausage and peppers on, but you put a hot dog on it.
it's not a rule. I'm not saying this is a rule, but I don't prefer those just because it throws off the whole ratio.
Yeah, it was like 5 times the amount of bread.
Yeah, it's like eating a loaf of bread and you find a hot dog in there somewhere.
Oh my god. It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. All right, we are off the rails. I'm gonna let you go because you're obviously
I'm tired. I'm really tired.
You're
So
getting a little tired here, so I'm gonna let you go. I want to thank our guest tonight, Van Dominic. We're gonna have him back here, from time to time, and maybe at some point if he goes live again, we'll pop up on his channel. But
yeah, probably not. But I'll probably be on here from time to time. So
well, there you go.
you
But
know.
you can follow him. His link is in the description. And I'm gonna wrap up here in just a minute. I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up. Thanks, Dominic, and I will. I'm gonna talk to you later.
I'll talk to you guys later. So.
Bah. So yeah, want to thank my brother for joining us on the stream tonight. I'm not going to do toys tonight. I had some set aside, but it's been kind of a little bit. I have a heavy week for me here. I'm going to take a little bit of time to rest up, but I do want to talk about the next week's worth of content here on the channel because we got a lot of good stuff coming up. So the one thing I want to say is the chicken sandwich series is going strong. We had a new video out this week. Wendy's. We talked about how Wendy's did. They ripped me off, man. You got to go watch that video. It's 3 minutes long. You're gonna love that video. So we have that coming. Tomorrow night, new Dairy X Dines back in Outer Banks. Found a really amazing coffee shop. You're gonna love that as well. Monday, we got another chicken sandwich, and for that, we went to Burger King. This one is a little longer because it's special in a way. You're going to want to see that one as well. So turn up for that Monday. And we're going live again next Thursday night. And I have something really special planned, just like tonight. My special guest is going to be my buddy Brian G, along with his band, the Hard Luck Souls. And I'm really excited to bring them onto the stream here. And, I know Jessica's here. Dave might be watching. My friend Brian. We used to come into the Fuller Road location. He might be coming into Schenectady location as well. So you're not going to want to miss that. Tell your friends. I am going to, in the live chat here, drop a link to the Wendy's video, and it'll send you right into that. So go watch that, and I will see you next time. Subscribe if you haven't, like the video if you haven't, and we'll see you next week.